Imagine this scene. You walk into any room, a party, a business meeting, a get-together with new friends, and within seconds, you feel that people haven't just noticed you, but they genuinely like you, without you having to pretend to be someone you're not, without needing to be the most beautiful, wealthy, or funniest person in the room. Just by being you sounds impossible, right? Because in real life, we often try, we make an effort, and the result is silence. We feel invisible, ignored, or worse, we feel like people are just tolerating us. But what if I told you that this instant connection isn't magic? What if I told you that there's a secret, a master key discovered almost 100 years ago, that opens the door to people's hearts naturally and immediately? This secret comes from one of the most powerful books ever written on human relations, How to Win Friends and Influence People, by Dale Carnegie. And in this video, I'm not going to give you 10 vague tips. I'm going to give you Carnegie's central secret, the fundamental idea that, once you understand it, completely changes the game of your interactions. So, if you're ready to stop feeling invisible and finally want the ability to make people feel good just by being around you, stay with me until the end. Because what you're about to learn today isn't a trick. It's a mindset shift that can transform your relationships forever. Alright, so what is this big secret? What's the master key that Dale Carnegie discovered, which most of us completely ignore? The answer is surprisingly simple, yet it goes against everything we normally do. The secret is stop trying to be an interesting person. Instead, become an interested person. I'll repeat that. Stop trying so hard to be interesting and start becoming genuinely interested in other people. Think about it for a second. What's our natural impulse when we meet someone? It's to talk about ourselves, about our job, our trips, our opinions, our problems. We think that to impress someone, we need to show them how amazing we are. Carnegie discovered this is the wrong approach. He realized that human beings have a deep psychological hunger, the need to feel important, and the person we are most interested in the entire world is ourselves. Here's a quick test. When you see a group photo that you're in, who is the very first person you look for? Exactly. We all do it. So, the secret to making someone like you instantly is to feed that fundamental need. When you shift the focus from yourself to the other person, something magical happens. The next time you're talking with someone, try an experiment. Resist with all your might the urge to talk about yourself. Instead, ask questions, but not robotic questions like, "How are you?" Ask open-ended questions that show real curiosity. Ask things like, "What was the best part of your week?" "I saw you're interested in mention a hobby. How did you get into that? What's the biggest challenge you've overcome at your job?" When you do this, the person on the other side doesn't feel like they're being interviewed. They feel seen. They feel important. And that feeling, my friend, is magnetic. It will make that person associate you with an incredibly positive feeling, causing them to like your company almost instantly. So the first pillar is this: shift the spotlight from yourself and shine it on others. But that's just the foundation. Now let's look at the practical tools that make this even more powerful. Okay, so you've got the foundation. The secret is to be interested in the other person. Now, how do you signal that interest before you've even said many words? Carnegie gives us two tools that are almost magical in their simplicity and power. The first is the most obvious, and yet the most underrated. The smile. Not a fake, forced smile, but a genuine smile that says, "I'm happy to see you." Dale Carnegie said that a smile costs nothing but creates much. It enriches those who receive it, without impoverishing those who give it. It's the fastest way to break the ice and show that you are an open and friendly person. Think of your smile as a calling card for your soul. Use it generously. The second instant tool is something we all possess but rarely use as a compliment: the person's name. Carnegie was emphatic about this. Remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. When you meet someone and minutes later you call them by their name, you are sending a powerful message. You're not just saying, "I remembered you." You're saying, "You are important enough for me to remember." So if you just met John, don't just say, "Hey you." Say, "That's a great point, John." This small change has a huge impact on how John feels about you. He will feel noticed, unique, and respected. Combine these two things, a sincere smile and using the person's name, and you will create a positive first impression before the conversation even gets deep. Now let's move on to the part that transforms a pleasant conversation into a memorable connection. Have you ever noticed that the people we enjoy talking to the most aren't the ones who talk the most, but the ones who listen the best? The fourth secret is, become a good listener and encourage others to talk about themselves. We live in a world where everyone is desperate to be heard. Giving someone your full attention is one of the greatest gifts you can offer. Put your phone away. Look the person in the eye. Ask follow-up questions that show you're paying attention, like, "And what happened next? How did that make you feel?" When you allow someone to talk about themselves, their passions, and their problems, they will leave the conversation feeling enormous relief and validation, and they will associate that feeling with you. And this leads us directly to the fifth and final secret to seal the connection. Talk in terms of the other person's interests. Find out what lights up their eyes and talk about that. If they are passionate about dogs, ask about their dog. If they love to travel, ask about their last trip. You don't have to be an expert on the subject, you just have to be curious. By talking about what the other person loves, you are entering their world. You are saying, "What is important to you? What's important to me in this moment?" This is the fastest and surest way to reach someone's heart and create a true bond. You stop being a stranger and become an ally. So, let's recap the great secret of Dale Carnegie. It's not about manipulation techniques or pretending to be someone else. It's about a genuine shift in focus. It's about stopping to worry about being interesting and starting to be truly interested in others. It's about smiling, calling people by their name, listening attentively and talking about what they love. The secret to making people like you instantly is simply to make them feel good about themselves in your presence. It's giving them what we all desire, to be seen, heard, and valued. Start practicing this today in your very next conversation. You'll be amazed by the results. And if this secret we shared today helped you in any way, and you want more tips on personal development and wisdom from the great authors, do a favor for me and for you. Give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me continue to bring valuable content to you. And don't stop here. Your learning journey can continue right now. There's another video on the channel that I think you'll really enjoy. It's appearing on the screen right now. Just click and keep learning. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.